We're set to go for the first ever home game for California Baptist in the Division I era. Against a very tough opponent in Fresno State. Go over the starting lineups now. First of all, for Fresno State, leading it off in right field, Mackenzie Wilson. Batting second in left field, Caitlin Jennings. Batting third, the designated player, Haley Galvan. Batting cleanup at first base, Rachel Minogue. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Vanessa Hernandez. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Vanessa M. Hernandez. Batting seventh at third base, Haley Fuller. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kelsey Carrasco. And rounding out the order at second base is Miranda Rolliter. And the Lancers starting lineup, leading it off at third base this afternoon, Brittany Galvez. So there you see the Lancers defensive alignment. Batting second, the shortstop, Anise Avalos. Batting third, the designated player this afternoon, Caitlin Lloyd. Batting cleanup at first base, Mackenzie Budinger. Batting fifth at second base, Haley Rosario. Batting sixth, the catcher, Cheyenne Tucker. Batting seventh in left field, Alyssa Beck. Batting eighth in right field, Shelby Arbiter. And rounding out the order in center field, Ashley McBay. And in the pitching circle this afternoon for the Lancers is Kelly Springstead, the senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. It's her fourth start this season, fifth appearance, has an 0-3 record, 4.90 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 12 walks, 2 at-batters. She has 1 complete game this season in the 20 innings of work. Springstead is a hard-throwing pitcher for the Lancers. She has absolutely racked up the strikeouts over her career here at CBU. The dimensions at Funk Stadium, 205 down the lines, 208 straightaway center. The wind's blowing pretty well from left to right. It's 57 degrees and sunny skies as we begin this afternoon in Riverside. Mackenzie Wilson in the box, and the first pitch from Springstead is on the inside corner for a strike, and we're underway at about 3:03. Thanks so much for tuning in this afternoon on the Lancers Digital Network. California Baptist trying to kick off their home slate with a bang here this afternoon against a very good club in Fresno State. That pitch misses, count evened up. So Mackenzie Wilson, the slapper, lead things off for Fresno State. Freshman from Long Beach, has started every game this season for the Bulldogs. They have 7 players who have started all 10 games coming into today. Slapped foul by Wilson. Well, Wilson, a .290 average coming in to today. It's a packed house here this afternoon at John C. Funk Stadium. Another banner day on the campus of California Baptist University. Softball taken off this past weekend after a real tough opening weekend at the Aggie Classic at Texas A&M, where they went 1-4. Springstead ready to go. Count evened up. Wilson does have good speed, 4 of 5 stealing bases this season. Of course, you'd expect nothing less for the leadoff batter. Springstead has what she wants. One hopper to her, 1 away. A good start for the Lancers defensively. That brings up Caitlin Jennings. As Wilson has a moment with Jennings as she heads back to the dugout. Well, Jennings, a junior from Rancho Cucamonga. She started every game this season, a .211 average. Has drawn a team-high 9 walks, so a very patient hitter, Caitlin Jennings. And changeup drops in for a strike. Well, Jennings, the everyday left fielder for Fresno State. A career .281 hitter for the Bulldogs. Fastball misses high. Well, what a run it was for the Lancers in the Division II era. They spent 7 seasons in Division II, the 2 years transitioning from NAIA. The 5 seasons they were eligible for the playoffs in Division II, made regionals all 5 seasons. Quite an accomplishment for Bill Baber's club. As now Jennings ahead of the count. The Lancers 367 games all told in Division II. 281 and 86 for a 766 winning percentage, all in Division II in the Pac West. A tremendous number. Fastball misses downstairs. Springstead in danger of walking Jennings. The Lancers had at least 30 wins in all 7 seasons in Division II. They had 4 40-win seasons, and in 2012 had 49 wins. That was their first season transitioning, almost a 50-win club the first year in the Pac West. And just at the belt, the count runs full for the first time this afternoon. California Baptist, unfortunately, was never able to get out of regionals to the super regionals, but they got close 3 times, made the regional final, 2014, 2015, and 2018. And that is a walk to Jennings, so the first base runner for Fresno State this afternoon.
Now batting number 15, Haley Galvin.
Springstead won't walk a lot of batters. She is a power pitcher. Little base runner for the DP, Haley Galvin. Galvin, one of the 4 listed catchers for Fresno State, although she's played a majority of the season as the DP. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Galvin, 7 starts has been as the DP, 3 as the catchers. She has started all 11 games now this season. Junior from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, transfer from Oklahoma State. She is a tremendous hitter for the Bulldogs, batting .448 so far this season. Fastball misses outside. Also a team high 13 RBI, 5 doubles. Team high 13 hits to go along with that .448 batting average. Jennings at first, 1 for 2 stealing bases early on this season. So it might be a threat to go. So changeup misses down low. The runner does take off. And the tag is applied by Anise Avalos. So Jennings, Scott stealing for out number 2. But Jennings got a late break after that pitch came down low on Cheyenne Tucker. Tucker's got a pretty good arm behind the plate. Able to catch her stealing. Fresno State now 7 for 12 stealing bases this season, just above 50%. That's laced to left field. It rolls all the way into the corner. Galvin digging for 2, and she gets there before the throw. A 2-out double for Galvin keeps the inning going for Rachel Minogue.
Now batting number 1, Rachel Minogue.
The first extra base hit of the game. Galvin, her team leading 6th double right there. She was all Mountain West first team last season. Haley Galvin, an NFCA All-Pacific Region 3rd team member as well. The Lancers look to try and keep her quiet this afternoon. Rachel Minogue now at the dish. Another good hitter for Fresno State. Senior from Corona, so a local product. She went to Santiago High School and transferred to Fresno State from Eastern Kentucky. Takes a strike. She's started every game, .323 average. Everyday first baseman for Fresno State. She was all Mountain West first team as well. So they had 4 all told Mountain West first teamers last year, this Bulldog club. Lifted to left, but it stays up for Beck and the inning is over. So a double for Galvin, but that's all for Fresno State. We'll step aside here on the Lancers Digital Network. Bailey Docini warming up for Fresno State here in the bottom half of the first. Sophomore from Ferndale, California. She's actually a transfer from UC Riverside, so has Inland Empire ties. Her 5th start this season, 6th appearance, 3-0 record. 1.75 earned run average, 2 complete games. Has 21 strikeouts, 13 walks, 1 hit batter, and 24 innings. As Brittany Galvez leads things off this afternoon for the Lancers. A real good pitcher, Dolcini. High fly ball to deep left, and it's gone. Brittany Galvez, 1 pitch, and the Lancers have the lead. Galvez, the junior from Corona, she went to Centennial High School. She hits her 5th career homer there. What a way to kick off the home slate here this first season in Division I. A no-doubt dinger to left. That's the Lancers' first homer in the Division I era as well. That brings up Anise Avalos. Both hits in this ball game for extra bases. Avalos, senior, second year at CBU from West Covina, transfer from Mount San Antonio College. She started all 6 games this season, batting .143, and she takes a strike. Now some early adversity for Dolcini. That's the 6th homer that Fresno State has given up this season. Trying to bunt her way on. Minogue tosses to Rolliter, but she drops the softball. Well, what a start for CBU.
Now batting for the Lancers, number 4.
A base runner for the All-American Caitlin Lloyd. Avalos just putting the ball into play there and able to reach bases. Rolliter covering for Minogue, wasn't able to make the snag. There is an error put up on the board. And now Lloyd, the throw to second is in time. Nicely done by Fuller. They get the lead runner, Avalos, there. And Lloyd is aboard on the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Lancers, number 12.
So it is an E4 officially on a Rolliter. It's Rolliter's 2nd error of the season. There's one away for Mackenzie Buttinger. Buttinger, one of the 12 new players this season for Bill Baber's club. Half of the team is new, 13 returners and 12 new players. She's a junior, first year here at CBU from Chandler, Arizona, transfer from Coastal Carolina. She has Division I experience already. Has appeared in every game, her 4th start this season, batting just .083 though, 1 for 12. Trying to get the bat going here at home. And so whiff on that fastball. Buttinger, every start she's had has been at first base this season. For Buttinger, as well as every start she's had has been in the cleanup spots. Appeal to first. Buttinger was able to hold up. So it's a 1-1 count. Buttinger, her bat is certainly going to be counted upon this season, but Lancers to have success coming in, batting just .189 as a team. But again, they played some real tough teams at the Aggie Classic 2 weekends ago at Texas A&M. So no surprise the Lancers' offensive numbers aren't where we're used to seeing them. On base so far at .230, slugging .242. Those numbers will certainly get better. One hopper off of Dolcini's glove. The throw to first isn't in time. So Buttinger legging out an infield single there, and that puts 2 aboard for Haley Rosario.
Now batting, number 2, Haley Rosario.
Well, the Lancers so far just putting the ball into play, and they're beating out the infield defense. And the skipper for Fresno State, Linda Garza, coming out to try and settle down her hurler, as well as the infield. Been a shaky start for Fresno State. Garza's in her 3rd season at Fresno State. She went to UNLV. She has Inland Empire ties as well. She was the UCR head coach from 2013 to 2016 before coming to Fresno State. We'll see how the Bulldogs react after the meeting in the pitching circle. A leadoff homer by Brittany Galvez. Avalos able to reach on an E4 fielding error. Caitlin Lloyd a fielder's choice, and then Buttinger an infield single puts 2 aboard for Rosario, and she takes a strike. Bailey's a senior in her 3rd year at California Baptist from San Bernardino. She went to Redlands High School, transferred here from UNLV. Has appeared in every game, started in every game but 1. She stares at strike 2. Rosario, a 200 average so far this season, 2 for 10. The everyday second baseman for the Lancers the last couple of seasons, a career 267 hitter. Hoping to help this Lancer club in her final season of college softball, first year in Division I. A 2-1 hits favor the Lancers early on. Going back to the Lancers regionals history in Division II. In 2014, they lost in the regional final to Cal State Monterey Bay, who of course was hosting. Rosario gets hit by the pitch, but the home plate umpire is calling her back. So both teams, both runners, I should say, go back to their respective bases. Tough break for the Lancers there. It is ruled a ball on Rosario. Big cut there off of the screen. In 2014, after they lost to Cal State Monterey Bay in the regional final, they went to the regional final the next year as well, lost to the host Dixie State. They were the number 2 seed that year. And of course, last season they lost to the number 1 seed Chico State in the regional final. Change up well upstairs and the count runs full. The Lancers were able to get to regionals every season, but couldn't just get over that hump to get to the super regionals. And unfortunately, real trouble against a Chico State. The Wildcats eliminated the Lancers in 3 straight years. One hopper off of Fuller into left field, coming around Lloyd. She's got good speed, scores easily. It's 2-0. That was a hot shot by Rosario. Picks up the RBI single. And the Lancers got a little insurance early. 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning. Runners at first and second for Cheyenne Tucker. That's Rosario's 39th career RBI. A couple of big Lancer hitters that have yet to get RBIs this season. Galvez, her 35th ribby, 5th career homer. Now Rosario, her 39th career RBI. Cheyenne Tucker takes ball 1. Tucker, a senior, second year here at CBU as well, from Burleson, Texas, transferred from Phoenix College. But Tucker, one of the 5, make it 6 actually, listed catchers for the Lancers this season. Ton of options behind the dish, but she's been the number 1. Gets out of play. Tucker, her 5th start this season, has not gotten a hit yet in 8 at-bats. Well, she's trying to get the bat going as well. Tucker, a new number this season, going from 24 to 88. The Lancers do have a lot of seniors on this year's club. They have 8 total. Last year only graduated 2. That fastball's on the corner for a strike. It was a good thing the Lancers only had 2 seniors last season, bringing back a lot of veteran players like Tucker. Really dipped into the prospect pool as well. Throw to second, diving back in time, Buttinger. The Lancers with 8 freshmen, 4 sophomores, 5 juniors, and 8 seniors this season. So pretty well spread out actually amongst the classes. Trying to build, of course, for the future when the Lancers can qualify for the playoffs. Base hit to left, held at third, Buttinger. And now it's bobbled. Buttinger comes home. Oh, another mistake defensively by Fresno State. It's 3-0. Well, it's definitely a hit for Tucker. And they're going to rule an E7 on Jennings. So the second error of this first inning for Fresno State. It's Jennings' second error of the season. And another meeting in the circle for Fresno State. Looks like the Bulldogs are perhaps going to get a reliever going. So Dolcini gives up 3 runs, only 1 earned because of the errors. On 4 hits. No strikeouts, no walks, no hit batters for Dolcini. Now up is Alyssa Beck for the Lancers, the 7th batter of the inning. With runners at second and third, Rosario at third, Tucker at second, the RBI single moments ago. Let's see what we get from Lung wearing the face mask in the circle. That fastball gets the outside corner for a strike. Beck, the true freshman from Fontana. She went to Etiwanda High School. 4th appearance this season, 3rd start, batting .333, 2 for 6. She's made 1 start in left field, 1 in center, starting in left here this afternoon. Big cut, and she's down in the count. And the second time that Beck is starting in the 7 spot. Her other start was in the 6 spot. Another local product for Bill Baber. Prides himself on finding many local talents, but Beck strikes out there on 3 pitches, 2 away. Lung's 14th strikeout of the season. That'll bring up Shelby Arbiter. Arbiter with runners at second and third, trying to increase this Lancer lead. Arbiter, true freshman from Redlands East Valley High School. It's another local prospect for Bill Baber. So far, the 2 Lancer batters having trouble with Lung's fastball. Arbiter has started in every game, batting .231, 3 for 13. And down in the count here. Lung 1 strike away from ending this nightmare first inning for Fresno State. And this is a team that is really one of the blue bloods in college softball history in Division I. Fresno State, 33 NCAA tournament appearances, 30 straight actually from 1982 to 2011 as Arbiter strikes out there on 3 pitches. So back-to-back strikeouts for Lung. And that ends the threat, but the Lancers score 3 times on 4 hits in the inning, 2 errors, and they leave 2. The end of 1, the Lancers up 3 as we go to break. Kelly Springstead has a 3-run cushion heading to the 2nd inning, facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Fresno State Bulldogs, Vanessa Hernandez, Vanessa M. Hernandez, and Haley Fuller. 1 walk so far for Kelly Springstead, has given up a double. And Galvin was stranded at second base, top half of the first. That first inning couldn't have gone any better for the Lancers. Trying to keep this Fresno State offense down. Now they're batting .265 as a team coming in. On base at .379, slugging .399, which is pretty good. Hernandez ready to go. First pitch from Springstead. This is outside. So there's Vanessa Hernandez and Vanessa M. Hernandez. They are not related. Vanessa Hernandez at the dish right now is a senior from Hesperia. Has started every game, batting .290. Everyday center fielder for Fresno State. A bit unusual to have 2 players with the same exact name. Galvez having trouble with that grounder, but is able to make the throw in time. But Galvez, the everyday 3rd baseman for the Lancers, able to stick with it and retire Vanessa Hernandez. That brings up Vanessa M. Hernandez. While the Fresno State defense has been shaky, the Lancers defense has been real good so far. Vanessa M. Hernandez, freshman from Sanger, started every game batting .241. Just a bunt her way on, but it's foul. The everyday shortstop for Fresno State. Well, the Bulldogs under Garza are 66-46 in 112 games. A .589 winning percentage. They've finished in 3rd place in the Mountain West each of the first 2 years of Linda Garza's tenure. Lifted to right, playable for Arbiter. Makes the catch, 2 away. Fresno State trying to get back to being an NCAA tournament team. And 30 straight NCAA tournament appearances from 1982 to 2011. The Only UCLA has more tournament appearances than Fresno State in Division I history. Oh, Haley Fuller, Fresno State's last chance with nobody on. Big cut there, but misses on the fastball. Fuller, junior from Oakdale. Her 10th appearance, 8th start this season, .250 average. She's a career .220 hitter. The majority third baseman for Fresno State. She's at the hot corner this afternoon. Able to check her swing apparently, and the appeal confirms that. It's a 1-1 count. But really, these are two clubs that have done very well in their respective divisions historically. California Baptist, nothing but regionals appearances in Division II. Fresno State, nothing but NCAA appearances. Good looking change up there from Springstead. 23 conference titles in the history of Fresno State. The last was 2016. One NCAA championship in 1998, four-time runner-up, and 12 World Series appearances. High fastball. So far, California Baptist, the sharper of the two clubs. Just a one-game series here today. Fresno State moving on to the Judy Gorman Classic. That's going to be in Fullerton, their next tournament. Just a quick one-game series before that. And a full count. Meanwhile, for the Lancers, they're going to move on to the University of the Pacific tournament. So more tournament action for both of these clubs after this single game. Of course, the Lancers playing UCR here on Wednesday as well before that. That'll be just a one-game set. First crosstown series for the Lancers. Stays in the infield, foul territory. Budinger makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for the Lancers defensively. They're 1.5, still 3-0 CBU on the Lancers Digital Network. McBay, a sophomore from Modesto. This is actually McBay's first career start as a Lancer. Her freshman year made 17 appearances off the bench. She fouls off that pitch. A real nice chance for Ashley McBay here, getting the start for Bill Baber in center field. She has 5 career at-bats, no hits, no RBI. Still searching for her first career hit collegially. Whiffed on that one as well, down in the count. That was a great switch by Linda Garza, bringing in Daniel Lung. She has been lights out ever since coming in for the starter Dolcini in the first inning. Lifted off of the screen. So McBay able to stay alive. The Lancers last season here at home, 16-3. John C. Funk Stadium has always been a tremendous home field advantage for the Lancers. They only lose a couple of games here every season. The Lancers with 3 Pac-West titles as well. 2012, their first year in Division II, 2014 and 2017. Never forget the 2017 championship. They won it here against Dixie State. Lined foul off of the Fresno State dugout. That was an instant classic game. Took the Lancers all 4 games. They only had to beat Dixie State once to win the Pac-West crown 2 seasons ago. But in game 4 of that series, of course, Caitlin Lloyd had the grand slam which broke the game open. Soraya Shabazian in an eventual game-winning RBI single. That one falls in front of Jennings, and that is now the first career hit for Ashley McBay. The 5th hit for the Lancers. McBay's 6th career at bat, and she's got a knock. You can't beat the smile on her face. She talks with Shanice Harris there at first. The second trip through the order now. Galvez saw the first pitch out to left field. Galvez, her 5th career dinger. Trying Trying to send that one out off of Van Dyne Jim as well, but missed. But the Lancers having to mix things up in the outfield because Soraya Shabazian not available at the beginning of the season. Caitlin Lloyd has been the majority center fielder. CBU's had to mix in McBay as well as Beck. It's on the outside corner, 0-2. The Lancers had to deal with so many injuries and illnesses at the beginning of last season. And a great job by the club to fill those holes and eventually get to third place in the Pac West, 23-7. Hot shot foul. And the Lancers unfortunately missing Soraya Shabazian, last year's Pac West Defender of the Year in center field to begin the year. Career .310 hitter, Shabazian, the senior this year from Rancho Palos Verdes. Hopefully she'll be able to play soon. That's off of the glove of Minogue. The Rollator is still able to make the out. And again, another shaky defensive play by Fresno State. Productive out as McBay advances to second, one away for Avalos.
Now batting number 27, Amis Avalos.
Avalos reached on the error by a Rollator, the fielding error back in the first. One of the two errors so far for Fresno State. Avalos, her first season here at California Baptist. As that pitch misses. Avalos, as I was saying, in her first season here at California Baptist last season, a .257 average. Coming over from Mount San Antonio College. And a hitter's count for Avalos. And meeting in the circle between Carrasco and Lung. As Lung having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone the last couple of pitches. Fresno State, a 3.73 ERA through 10 games so far this season. Opponents rating .242 against them. They have played some really tough competition. Played UCLA, the Hawaii Paradise Classic. UCLA is number 2 in the nation in one of the polls, number 1 in the nation in the other. They lost 8-2, which actually was a pretty decent score for Fresno State against the arguably number 1 team in the country in UCLA. They played UCLA as well at the Stacy Winsburg Invitational, which UCLA partially hosted. They lost 8-0 in 5. Still, pretty good showings against the Bruins. The 3 balls, 1 strike to Avalos. First base is open, but don't want to put any more runners out there than necessary against Caitlin Lloyd, the All-American. Fouled off, full count. Avalos has shown pop with the bat. 21 RBI in her career and 4 homers. Lung trying to decide what to throw. She's ready to go. In on the hands. It's put away by Hernandez for the second out. So only 1 base runner so far against Lung.
Number 4, Caitlin Lloyd.
With a tremendous hitter at the dish now, and Caitlin Lloyd, the All-American, her freshman year. Now a junior from Las Vegas, team-high .364 average coming into today. She's 4 for 11. Big cut there. Lloyd, the Pac West Freshman of the Year and Player of the Year 2 seasons ago as a freshman. Only the 3rd player all-time in Pac West history to be named both the Freshman and the Player of the Year. She hit .424 that season, burst onto the scene. 1-1. Her family is in town for this game from Las Vegas, sitting first base side as they usually do. Such a great moment that aforementioned game against Dixie State 2 seasons ago when Lloyd hit that grand slam opposite field to left. As Lloyd jumped in the air, you could see her family actually in the shot that we had here on the Lancers Digital Network, hugging and celebrating. The Lancers eventually ended up winning that ball game against Dixie State to win the Pac West for the third and final time. It's out of the reach of Carrasco, and McBay moves to third. The wild pitch on Jung. It's the would-be fourth Lancers run, just 60 feet away. Caitlin Lloyd absolutely thrives in these type of situations. Takes a fastball away, and it's a full count. Lloyd named an All-American after her freshman season. Last year was a Pac West first team member. The Pac West first team both of her seasons in Division II. A career .405 hitter. Draws a walk. Well, yeah, Lloyd forgot it was ball 4. So she takes her base. Runners on the corners for Budinger. So the first walk of the ball game from Fresno State pitching. That brings up Budinger. A good speed out there for the Lancers in McBay and Lloyd for Budinger. Got an infield single in the first and scored on the bobble by the left fielder Jennings, which made it 3-0. Great chance here for the Lancers to break this game even more open. Time called by the home plate umpire. An inside fastball for Lung. 5-1 the hits early on. Strike there dealt by Lung. For both of these teams, they only had one returning pitcher. And Springstead, the lone returner for the Lancers this season. And it's Daniel East for Fresno State, the lone returner. East, a very good hurler for the Bulldogs. Lifted to left center, hit pretty well, and it's gone! A 3-run bomb for Budinger, 6-0. The Lancers' power has showed up tonight. For Budinger, the junior transfer, her first career homer as a Lancer and her first 3 career RBI. Listen, this is 6-0 CBU against the team that's receiving votes in the national poll. Rosario up, trying to keep the train going, an RBI single in the first. She did get credit for the RBI when Budinger scored, along with the E7. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Lancers. I told you those offensive numbers would improve. Waits on that high pitch. Downstairs, 3-0. Cheyenne Tucker waiting in the on-deck circle. Fresno State did lose a couple of real good players after last season. Katie Castleton was the everyday shortstop for Fresno State. Savannah McKellen, the everyday DP for FSU, both graduated, as well as a couple of their pitchers. 4-pitch walk to Rosario. that brings up Tucker. Second walk of the inning from Lung.
Now batting number 88.
Tucker, the RBI single in the first. Actually, that was the play where Budinger scored on the E7. Tucker, her 17th career RBI back in the first. No balls, one strike to her. Lifted off of the screen, 0-2. So for Fresno State, moving on from last season, Minogue, Jennings, Rohleder, Hernandez, and Galvin, the returning starters. And having to mix in a couple of first-year players as well. So far this season, Fresno State is 1-2 on the road, finishing last season 14-10 in the Mountain West, third place out of 9 clubs. Tucker able to fight off that inside pitch. And Fresno State actually picked to finish second this season in the Mountain West. They received 1 of 9 first place votes. So expected to be one of the upper echelon teams in the Mountain West once again. The defending champs Boise State, almost the unanimous pick to repeat. They received 8 of 9 first place votes. So one hopper to Hernandez. She goes the short route to Rohleder. And the inning is over. They are 2 runs away from being in position to mercy rule Fresno State if they can keep the offense going. Certainly a shocker so far here in Riverside. Well, Springstead facing Kelsey Carrasco, one of the 5 listed catchers for Fresno State. Junior from Woodlake, transfer from Michigan State. Carrasco has appeared in every game this season, her 9th start in this Fresno State's 11th game, batting .250. The number 1 catcher for FSU, 6 starts there, 2 as the DP. Lifted to left, Beck back, able to make the catch, 1 away. Nice job by Alyssa Beck there in left. Having a back pedal, but making a catch in front of the warning track. That's now 5 straight retired by Springstead in the Lancer defense since the double by Galvin. Miranda Rohleder up. Junior from Wichita, Kansas. Has started every game, batting just .160 though. Another fly ball to left, back over. And able to make the catch down to the turf. Couple of real slick plays by Alyssa Beck in left, 2 away. And it's now the 2nd trip through the order. Wilson grounded out to Springstead to lead off the game. Again, the big storyline in this one is CBU's strong defensive play. Fresno State, their rather weak defensive play, honestly. Second offering from Springstead. A tight pitch and a hitter's count for Wilson. Wilson again, the slapper, the everyday right fielder for Fresno State. Change up, just a bit high. That pitch did not miss by much though. Springstead trying not to lose Wilson with Jennings waiting in the on-deck circle. Goes to their bread and butter fastball in the inside corner, 3-1. Springstead, 31 career victories for her. Still searching for her first here in Division I. One of the best pitchers in the Pac West the last 3 seasons. Beautiful pitch there, and the count runs full. Springstead's sister Amanda graduated last year. One of only 2 seniors for the Lancers, along with Ali Subia. Springstead was the Lancers' everyday right fielder her senior year. Subia switched from first to third last year, with Brittany Galvez injured for a portion. Pitch just misses, inning extended for Jennings. A good at bat there by Wilson. Now good speed on for Fresno State.
Now batting number 3.
Both of Springstead's walks have been with full counts. Wilson 4 for 5 stealing bases this season. Jennings drew the first walk against Springstead back in the first and was caught stealing for out number 2. It's taken for a strike. The Lancers had to replace Springstead in right field, which they've done with Arbiter. And Subia was such a key player for the Lancers last season because Brittany Galvez injured for a good portion of the season there at third base. Subia would switch from first to third. The runner takes off on the strike, and that's an easy stolen base for Wilson, her 5th of the season. And now runner in scoring position for Jennings. Lancers had to replace their first baseman as well. That's been Buttinger for majority of the season. Rosario and Avalos, the middle infielders, stayed the same for the Lancers. Tucker behind the dish as well. High fastball. Springstead trying to pitch out of a bit of a jam here in the top half of the third. Rosario's there, inning over. No hits again for Fresno State, no errors and 1 left on. Their second stranded runner. They're 2.5, the Lancers still up as we go to break. Home half of the third here at Funk Stadium in Riverside. Long back out for her 3rd inning of work. So far she's given up 3 runs, all earned on 2 hits with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Facing the bottom third of the Lancers order, Beck, Arbiter, and McBay. Lancers trying to keep this hot offense rolling. Giving the home fans a treat so far in their Division I home opener. Beck struck out in the first, was the first batter that Lung faced, and now second trip through the order against Daniel Lung. Beck again, the true freshman from Fontana, went to Etiwanda High School. Makes a fastball downstairs. And Lancers electing not to start the All-American from last season today, and Hannah Theroff. Theroff has been the everyday DP so far this season. A tremendous year last year for the Lancers. As the count evens up. It's good news the Lancers can show this kind of pop without Theroff in the lineup. Theroff was a unanimous All-American last season, was an SID first-teamer, NFCA second-teamer, Fast Pitch News first-teamer. Fly ball to left, Jennings in, makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. They'll back 0 for 2, that brings up Arbiter.
Now batting number 8, Shelby Arbiter.
Arbiter struck out to end the first. First pitch from Lung is lifted to left, but Jennings has room to make the catch, 2 away. Well, just like the top half of this inning, the left fielder for Fresno State making the first 2 putouts. Nobody on for the number 9 batter, McBay. Picked up her first career hit to lead off the second, came in to score eventually. from Modesto. The Lancers were actually supposed to play a tournament in Stockton last year, kind of close to her hometown of Modesto. Unfortunately, that was rained out. Line drive to center field. Well, McBay 2 for 2 in this ball game. And the lineup turns over for Galvez. CBU's 7th hit. So Ashley McBay, her first career start, making it count, getting her first 2 career hits. Galvez 0 for 1. The first pitch she saw to lead off the first, hit it out in left field, and she grounded out 3-4. Galvez takes that pitch low. For the Lancers, yes, a couple of new faces in the lineup, but a lot of familiar ones as well. Really the best way to go into Division I. Not having to work in a whole lot of new players. So far been impressed with the newcomers, and Budinger, who's 2 for 2. Fights off that high pitch off of the bullpen. The Lancers, when they got Brittany Galvez back last season, just kind of really took off. They played some of the weaker teams in the Pac West to begin, and finished off with some of the stronger teams in the Pac West. Galvez certainly helped out the Lancers the end of last year. Fouled off Galvez. This year, seemingly, not counting Shabazzi and the Lancers, healthy and ready to go. Foul ball. But despite all those injuries last season for the Lancers, still started the season very well in their tournament play. Certainly a big hole in center field to fill, at least at the beginning of this season. Shabazzi, not only a great defensive player, she's got a cannon for an arm, but boy, she's got real pop in that bat as well. 2-2 as the runner takes off, throw not in time. A stolen base for McBay. McBay's 2nd career stolen base and as many opportunities. Now runner in scoring position for Galvez. The Lancers now 2 for 2 this season stealing bases. The only other player that has stolen a base, Rosario's. That one's hit to deep left. Another homer for Galvez. Have yourself a day. Brittany Galvez, a solo shot in the first, now a 2-run bomb in the third. And the Lancers, at the moment, are in position of mercy rule victory, Fresno State. Unreal day for Brittany Galvez. 4 homers in her career for the junior coming into tonight. She's now 2 for 3. Avalos at the dish. 0 for 2, but has reached once on an E4 in the first. That's a fielding error by Rolliter. Popped out to shortstop in the second. All of a sudden, Fresno State down to their final 6 outs in this one. Gonna have the heart of the order coming up. And they've got to find a way to get to Kelly Springston, otherwise this is gonna be a quick victory for the Lancers. Fouled off, 1-1. Fresno State only has 1 mercy rule loss this season, of course, to UCLA. Now, what a statement that would be for the Lancers. Fastball gets through the wickets of Carrasco. Caitlin Lloyd waiting in the on-deck circle. A 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third so far for California Baptist. Fastball inside. Well, John C. Funk Stadium is literally packed tonight for this Division I home opener. Even the grandstands down the left field line are full. One of the biggest crowds I've ever seen here at California Baptist in my 7 years broadcasting for baseball and softball. A tremendous atmosphere. The Lancers using that energy to jump out to an 8-0 cushion. So Young has been tagged for 5 of the runs. They are all earned. The first 3 to the starter. Only 1 earned to Dolcini, the UCR transfer. The Lancers as well hitting their first 3 home runs of the Division I era tonight. Fouled off on the payoff pitch. The 3 to Lancers, 8 hits have gone out of John C. Funk Stadium. Avalos, nice battling at bat so far. And again, the 3-2. Checks her swing down low, appeal to first. She did not go. Draws a 2-out walk. The 3rd walk of the game from Lung. And a base runner for the ever dangerous Caitlin Lloyd. Caitlin Lloyd at the dish with Avalos at first. Lloyd is 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Fielder's choice in the first and scored. A walk on a full count, scored in the second. On the homer by Budinger, who's in the on-deck circle. Galvez, Lloyd, Budinger, and McBay have all scored twice tonight. And for the Lancers, just Beck and Arbeiter have yet to reach base. So 7 of the 9 starters have at least reached base. Check swing from Lloyd. This is proving to be a pretty formidable 3-4 punch for the Lancers. Lloyd and Budinger. Lifted off of the screen, count evened up. Well, Caitlin Lloyd was actually recruited by Texas Tech in high school. She suffered a knee injury. Was very worried about it, about telling California Baptist about it, who she elected to come to in favor of Grand Canyon when all was said and done. But Bill Baber was very understanding, said don't worry about it. And boy, that was a smart decision by the skipper. Stolen base for Avalos. She took off right off the hop, an easy stolen bag. Avalos' first career stolen base there. Her second year at CBU. The Lancers now 3 for 3 on the season, swiping bags. And a payoff pitch coming from Lung. Lloyd strikes out, the inning is over. The 3rd strikeout from Lung, but the Lancers score twice more. A 2-run jack this time by Galvez. 2 hits in the inning, and through 3, it's 8-0 CBU on the Lancers Digital Network. Top of the 4th here at John C. Funk Stadium in Riverside. I'm Travis Van Note. California Baptist 8, Fresno State no score. The heart of the Bulldogs order is coming up though, and Galvin Minogue and Vanessa Hernandez. For Kelly Springstead, an 8-run cushion. As Fresno State has 6 outs to work with. Springstead with 2 walks so far has only given up 1 hit to Galvin. Back in the second, it was the first rather was a double. 8-1 the hits favor the Lancers. First pitch from Springstead. Tucker was able to frame it on the outside corner. Only 1 base runner for Fresno State since Galvin's double in the first. That was the walk to Wilson last inning. 7 of the last 8 batters retired by Springstead fouled off of Galvin. Tucker throws to first anyway, but it was a foul ball. The Lancers striking right away with Brittany Galvez in the first. A couple of RBI singles by Rosario and Tucker followed. Springstead looking toward the dugout. Now has what she wants. Change up, misses. Still pretty well located pitch by Springstead, enticing for Galvin. Is once again the DP for Fresno State. 9 of the 11 universities in the Mountain West have softball programs. Only Air Force and Wyoming do not. Count evened up. Boise State, the reigning champs, picked to finish first once again in that conference. Fresno State picked to finish second. San Jose State third, UNLV fourth, San Diego State fifth, Nevada sixth, Colorado State seventh, Utah State eighth, and New Mexico picked to finish in ninth and last place in the Mountain West this season. Change of a pie, full count. Galvin not biting on those changeups from Springstead this at-bat. The payoff. Fastball is in the infield. Galvez makes the squeeze, 1 away. A good start for Springstead here in the top of the fourth, retiring the only batter she's given up a hit to. That brings up Rachel Minogue. A bit of a different start this afternoon for Kelly Springstead. Normally a strikeout pitcher, but has relied on her defense. Minogue lined out to left field to end the first and takes a strike. A gorgeous afternoon here in Riverside, 57 degrees time of first pitch. The clouds have rolled in a little bit. It's pretty sunny when the game began. Fastball misses. Actually, it was a strike, beg your pardon. Lancers' little 2-game homestand before heading out to play at the University of the Pacific tournament in Stockton. UC Riverside comes to town Wednesday for an all-Riverside clash. Appeal to first. Actually, they're going to appeal to third, and Minogue was able to hold up. That's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Springstead almost fooling Minogue there. Minogue, a .354 career hitter. Almost at her career average coming into tonight, .323 on the season. Line drive foul. The Lancers at the University of the Pacific tournament. Gonna play that February 22nd through the 24th, facing Nevada, who's a Mountain West foe. The host Pacific, Nevada again, then Oregon State, and Pacific for a second time. So 2 games against Nevada, 2 games against Pacific, 1 against Oregon State. And a real tough way to start the season for California Baptist, facing nationally ranked Texas A&M. Routine fly ball. Arbiter makes the catch, 2 away. A nobody on for Vanessa Hernandez. The Lancers, their first ever game in Division I, losing 8-7 to North Texas in 12 innings. What a great game that was. As Hernandez grounded out to third to lead off the second. They then lost to A&M 9-1 in 5 innings. But no shame there. The Aggies, a very good club. Now, Texas A&M is ranked 20th this week in the USA Today poll. And they picked up their first Division I victory against North Texas, 6-5 in 9 innings. Another fly ball to the right side. Second baseman Rosario makes the catch this time in a 1-2-3 inning for the second time this afternoon for Kelly Springstead and the Lancers. Home half of the fourth, next possible final ups for the Lancers when we return. New pitcher for Fresno State as we go to the home half of the fourth. It's their lone returner from last season, Daniel East. She's a sophomore from Van Nuys, was an all Mountain West first teamer last season. This year, it's her 8th appearance of the season, 5th in relief. Has a 3-3 record, 3.72 earned run average, 2 complete games, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks, 5 hit batters, and 26 1/3 innings of work. So East is the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for Fresno State. They have a defensive change as well, as Galvin is now the catcher, and Carrasco moves to DP. So a new battery for Fresno State, East and Galvin. It's the middle part of the Lancers order, Budinger, Rosario, and Tucker to face East. First pitch from East is a strike. Budinger's having a strong afternoon, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI, 2 runs scored, infield single in the first and scored. Then hit a 3-run homer in the second for the junior transfer, her first career homer as a Lancer. It's a foul ball, quick 0-2 count. So Lung goes 2 2/3. She gives up 5 runs all earned on 4 hits with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. Base hit to left. Budinger stays perfect, now 3 for 3. What an afternoon for Mackenzie Budinger. Coming over from Coastal Carolina. And she's been the cleanup hitter practically all season for Bill Baber's club. A Chandler, Arizona native. Budinger only had 1 hit coming into today. She was 1 for 12. A tripling her hit total. Pinch runner at first base. It's Allie Johnson. As Rosario's the batter. So Allie Johnson pinch running at first base. The junior from Santa Clarita. It's her 4th appearance this season. 9-1 the hits favor CBU. Rosario's 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. RBI single in the first. She walked on 4 pitches in the second. Outside fastball. Johnson has been a pinch runner for Bill Baber quite a lot in her career. She's 11 of 12 stealing bases. So may go here. Count evened up. The Lancers trying to get at least 1 run here, bottom half of the 4th, for a little bit of insurance. It's Fresno State at the moment is going to have to score 1 run top of the 5th to keep this game going to the bottom half of the 5th. Otherwise, going to be a mercy rule victory. Rosario foul tips that one for strike 2. Who would have thought coming into this afternoon's game? Just a strong club in Fresno State. The Lancers up 8-0. 3 runs each of the first 2 innings, 2 runs in the 3rd. It's a good take there by Rosario. Rosario, career RBI number 39 earlier. As East steps back on the rubber. One hopper tour trying to double up the Lancers. Hernandez to first, not in time. So it's a 1-6 fielder's choice for Rosario, one away for Tucker.
Now batting number 88, Cheyenne Tucker.
But at least Fresno State got the lead runner. Tucker 1 for 2 with an RBI. RBI single in the first, fielder's choice in the second. Fastball right down the pike. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Fresno State. 8 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for California Baptist. As Fresno State has stranded a pair. CBU has left 3. Make it 4 after last inning. The Lancers were a perennial ranked team in Division II nationally. It's going to be a while, of course, before they can play in the playoffs. 2023. It's out of the reach of Hernandez for a base hit. The Lancers' 10th hit of the ball game. Good piece of hitting by Tucker. She's now 2 for 3. Galvez 2 hits. Budinger, of course, 3. But now Tucker with a pair, as well as McBay. Beck at the dish. That's going to be a pinch hitter. Amanda Argomanez.
Now batting for the Lancers, number 15, Amanda Argomanez.
So Argomanez, true freshman from Eastvale, transfer from George Mason. So in the fall, she actually attended George Mason in Virginia and transferred back home to Southern California to play for CBU. Argomanez' 6th appearance of the season, batting .222, 2 for 9. With Rosario at second, Tucker at first, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Outside, count evened up. Argomanez started twice at first base this season, 1 as the DP. Has started a couple of times in the 3-hole. East rears back. Foul ball over the Lancers dugout. 10-1 the hits. Able to lay off that changeup. Well, for Fresno State, it's going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. Vanessa M. Hernandez, Fuller, and Carrasco trying to extend this game to the bottom half of the 5th. Lancers do not have to score a run here. Would love to get at least 1. Big cut there. Still 2-2. The Lancers do get 1. That means Fresno State's going to have to score 2 runs top half of the 5th to extend the ball game. The Bulldogs really in dire straits here in Riverside. It all started with shaky defense in the first inning. Had 2 unearned runs given up to the Lancers. CBU has been in control ever since. Another good-looking hack by Argomanez. Gonna square up a pitch on East. So East last season, team high 17 wins for Fresno State. 30 games started, 34 appearances, 13 complete games, and 155 strikeouts. A tremendous pitcher for the Bulldogs, and she garnered all Mountain West first team honors because of it. Fuller to second for 1, no throw from Rolliter. A 5-4 fielder's choice that time. Rosario is at third. Runners on the corners, 2 away for Arbeiter of a series at UCR. They're going to rule that it is a double play. So a 5-4-3 double play actually ends the inning. And for Fresno State, going to the top half of the 5th, they need at least 1 run to keep this going. Step aside on the Lancers Digital Network. Welcome back to John C. Funk Stadium in Riverside. I'm Travis Vandoni, top of the 5th. Last chance for Fresno State to avoid being mercy rule victory here this afternoon. The Lancers up 8 runs. Going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for the Bulldogs. Vanessa M. Hernandez, Fuller, and Carrasco. Everybody re-enters for California Baptist. Budinger at first base, Beckett left field, and Arbeiter in right field. So still the same defensive alignment for the Lancers. Getting confirmation from the home plate umpire on the 3 re-enters. So again, Budinger back at first, Beck in left, and Arbeiter back in right field. Same defensive alignment for CBU. Kelly Springstead, couple of walks and 1 double. That's all she's given up this afternoon. Vanessa M. Hernandez flew out to right field in the 2nd. Fresno State needs at least 1 run here to keep this game going. Lancers looking for a statement victory here this afternoon in their Division I home opener. And the 1 hit for Fresno State came all the way back in the 1st inning, the double by Galvin. Just 3 base runners overall for Fresno State with the 2 walks. Two and 1. Springstead, as we've talked about throughout this ball game, normally a strikeout pitcher, but getting it done a different way today, relying on her defense, and the Lancers D has been razor sharp. Vanessa M. Hernandez gonna change that early on here in the top of the 5th. Fastball right down the pike. Softly stays fair. Budinger applies the tag, 1 away. But then the ball gets away from her. Oh, they're going to rule that Hernandez is safe. There's going to be a pinch hitter for Fresno State. Well, that's a big break. And E3 on Budinger, the first error of the ball game for CBU. For Budinger, her first error as a Lancer. It's going to be a pinch runner at second base as well. Oh, Aaliyah Cuevas, the pinch runner at second base for Hernandez.
Now batting number 8, Skylar Broussard.
And then the pinch hitter is Skylar Broussard. So Broussard against Springstead, batting in the number 7 spot. Bunts that ball fair. Budinger tosses this time to Rosario for the outs, but Broussard does her job. Sacrifice bunts Cuevas into scoring position, just 60 feet away. And that brings up Carrasco. So that's the run that's going to keep this thing going for Fresno State if they can get her home. Carrasco flew out to left field to lead off the 3rd. Avalos camps underneath, and Fresno State's down to their final out. It all comes down to the number 9 batter, Rolliter. Rolliter flew out to left field in the 3rd. Rolliter trying to bring home Cuevas from 3rd to keep this game going. He takes a strike. A slapping motion from Miranda Rollader. Kelly Springstead figuring out what she wants to do. Throw to third, getting back in time, Cuevas. Cuevas does not have a stolen base this season, the sophomore from Madera. The 1-1. Rosario's got it. California Baptist shuts out Fresno State in their Division I home opener.
And that's the ball game. Final score is CBU 8,
It's the first ever complete game shutout for Kelly Springstead in the Division I era. And in the career of the senior, it's her 9th complete game shutout, a one-hitter this afternoon against Fresno State. An unbelievable way to kick off the home season for California Baptist. They pick up their 2nd victory in Division I as well.